Hare Krishna, take two. No memory card in camera. Doesn't really record very well. Okay, blinded by the light. Very nice. Hare Krishna. We're doing a lot of soul searching these days. A lot of deep anartha finding. Anartha is conditioned emotions from the material world. Perverted emotions, false emotions. We call them shit. The shit in our heart. And we're here to cleanse our heart. And I've been here for 3 years, and I really haven't gone very deep into cleaning the shit from my heart. I've kind of always laughed it off in some kind of carefree, happy-go-lucky kind of manner. If I don't like what I hear, I'll turn to a joke and sidestep it. So we're starting now to engage in that kind of catch those emotions when they come up and deal with them. If you feel pissed off, say I feel pissed off, and why you feel pissed off. Don't just laugh it off and say I'm fine. So this has been very helpful, and we are going through a lot of cleansing, a lot of shit cleansing, and it's like a big therapy session, We're all sitting around prashadam and kirtan, and we sit down and talk about what's on our mind and why we feel this way, and go deeper. So two devotees have come to me and shared their experiences when they go deeper and when they're chanting and evaluating their whole consciousness and why they feel the way they do. And their father has come up a lot, and they feel that their father, didn't care enough, didn't listen to them, didn't reciprocate or value their emotions at the time, and this hurt the devotee very much, as you can imagine. It would hurt when the child is spilling their guts to their father about how great they had and this and that. The father really isn't listening. He listens in a grudging mood and goes, yes kid, whatever. And the guys noticed that bit by bit they stopped speaking to their father, stopped expressing themselves so much to him, because really he wasn't giving back what they were giving. He wasn't reciprocating. And sure enough, I can see that in my life. Come home from school, you want to tell your father what Trevor Wisdom did with the girls' locker room, changing clothes, shoes. For your father, it's not all that interesting, but he sits there and listens and he nods. Meanwhile, he's thinking about bank balances and tax evasion and rent and hospital policy, whatever it is. Nonsense that the government are throwing down the letterbox every day. Phone bills, gas bills, house rent. So of course father can't listen with all he'd like to. Because this is his son. But he has a wife, a few kids to look after, mortgage to pay, petrol to put in the car, appointments to meet, deals to close, paychecks to write, all that nonsense. So of course, he can't deal with it. He can't give you the time that he should be able to give you time, that he wants to give you, because he's trapped, because he's in a system that is designed from the very beginning to incarcerate. It's a lose-lose situation. There's no winning in this game. It's rigged. And it's been finely rigged, so you walk in casually to the casino and you see a nice game going on and you start taking part in the game, and before you know it, your pockets are empty. And a devotee here who used to work in the casinos in Las Vegas and all over the world, really, cruise ships and stuff. And he was a cards dealer. He'd deal the cards and that. And when he'd see somebody on a winning streak and he'd know they were green, like really kind of a simpleton to the gambling arena, he would lean over to them quietly and say, buddy, you should leave now. Take what you have and go. Because the danger is, of course, when you start losing, you lose your intelligence, you start getting angry, so you want to win it back. So this guy go against the whole house rules and lean over and listen, get out while you have a chance. Same thing happened to me. First time I ever went gambling a few years ago, and I went in with €20, lost everything except 5, put 5 on something, I don't know what it was, won 15 back, 20 back. So I won 20, I lost 20, I won 20. I went up to cash it or whatever, get the money with chips or whatever. The woman, I told her, hey, I just won, this is my first time in a gambling place, I just won 20. I lost 20, but I won 20. She goes, now get out. She said to me, get out. I went, I intend to. That was very nice of her. I was going anyway, I was getting out of there. But the same thing is going on in the everyday life, in work, in a job, in school, in society, in Western, capitalist, democratic, whatever you call it, society. It's a rigged game. So nobody can relax for a moment. Nobody can, because they all know it's rigged too. God, they know. You see the banks and the inflation and interest going through the roof, and unemployment and lack of funds in the healthcare. They know it's rigged, but there's no other system for them to take. So they think. There's no other path to go. Because those in power made sure that all other pathways have been firmly closed, burnt, or hidden. And we here, yes, they are teaching, are so lucky that we have Babaji to point out the path to us and guide us in the right direction. Go, hey, there's more than that path to follow. You know, that financial quicksand is killing everybody. We can follow God's plan and live the perfect life. But so many people are lazy, they're cowards, they don't have the cojones to stand up and say, this is broken and I'm not going to play it. It's so broken I can't fix it. So some opt out, some become bums and drop out of the system, but really it's just living an animal life again. So yes, Father couldn't listen to our problems. How could he? How could Father listen to our problems when he had so many of his own problems? When there was so much shit on his table, his innocent little child talking about the most sweetest little things, he couldn't even listen to it properly. You know, there's farmers out in Thailand who just work on a piece of land and they have all day to listen to their children and play with their children. Take their children to work out in the field. And that's beautiful in one sense, it's tribal life. But it's not elevated. It's not very high. The Vedic system is simple living, high thinking. Farm the land for Krishna. Offer the produce to Krishna. Build a temple for Krishna. Raise a family for Krishna. Preach about Krishna to those who don't know about Krishna. And then you have all the time in the world to talk about Krishna. So, being angry at our fathers, frustrated. You did this to me. You made me feel bad because I couldn't express myself to you. He has his own demons to deal with. Daddy has his own cross to bear. The demons do it to us. The demons are going to do it anyway, either way. It's a Kali Yuga. Krishna did it to us. Krishna let the demons do it. It's part of his plan. We did it to us. You do it to yourself, you do. And that's what really hurts. You do it to yourself, it's true. You and no one else, you do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. Or down, dink, 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 bonk, bonk, dink, dink, dunk, bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah, we do it to ourselves. We were born here for a reason, at this time, this age, because we did it to ourselves, because we chose the wrong path. We didn't choose God, we chose ourselves. We said, how can we satisfy me? So of course, Daddy can't listen to us when we come home from school. Of course, Daddy's in a financial cesspool trying to find a way out of the system. Of course there's starvation in the world. Of course there's nuclear bombs and pesticides wiping out half the crops. Of course Monsanto are trying to copyright seeds. Of course this world is falling apart. Of course. It is part of Krishna's plan for this to happen. It would happen anyway, if we were here or not. But the fact that we are here, it means that we did it to ourselves. You know? We wouldn't be suffering if we chose the right path. And actually, we are now experiencing Vaikuntha, no suffering. We are experiencing that. Because everything we do, we're doing it for Krishna. Everything I do it for you. I can't believe I just sang Brian Adams' Krishna Consciousness. But it's true. Everything I do it for you. When you're in love with somebody, you die for them. When you're really in love, you do anything for them. I died for you. So, when you're in love, you do anything. Now, when you're in love with God, all misery stops, all pain stops. Well, I'm just sitting here, and there's these drums about half a mile away. They're really good. It's really cool. Wow, let's translate. Yeah, if I wasn't doing this and I didn't have rounds to chant, I'd be on a motorbike chasing after those drummers. That's cool. Okay, so Daddy didn't do it to us. Mommy didn't do it to us. Daddy didn't care. Daddy wasn't there. Daddy didn't love me. Daddy couldn't love you. Daddy did it to himself. You did it to yourself too. You're here for a reason. Don't point your finger at what Daddy did. Point your finger at yourself and realize what you did. You forgot Krishna. You didn't want to play with Krishna anymore. So you're in kunta, anxiety.